नमस्कार मित्रों, आज हम चैप्टर 4 टाइम सीरीज़ के बारे में बात करेंगे। हमने अगले चैप्टर में लीनियर रिग्रेशन में देखा है कि अगर हम डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल की वैल्यू इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल द्वारा निकालना चाहते हैं तो हम कुछ इक्वेशन वहाँ से लेते हैं। यहाँ पर वही बात है, लेकिन चेंज यह है कि टाइम इज़ एन इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल एंड वी वांट टू स्टडी अबाउट dependent variable which depends on time, then time series is useful. Now I will give you the illustration. Suppose population depends on time. Every 10 years in our India, every 10 years we are making the survey or census of the population. Same way, agriculture product, price index, import export, temperature in city, etc. are the illustration for the dependent variable on time. The data presented with respect to time are called time series. This is the definition of time series. Now the data are shown in specific time interval. ये टाइम इंटरवल ईयर में हो सकता है, 10 ईयर में हो सकता है, मंथ में हो सकता है, वीक में हो सकता है और क्वार्टर में, ऐसे किसी भी इंटरवल में हो सकता है। नाउ ये आपको कैसे इन पर यूज़फुल रहेगा, तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ टाइम सीरीज द डायरेक्शन एंड पैटर्न ऑफ वेरिएशंस कैन बी नोन. Secondly, the variation in the future can be also estimated. Thirdly, the important decisions can be made about future policy and plans. This is useful for government. And lastly, the comparative study also can be obtained with the help of time series. Now, further the definition, perfect definition of time series is here. A time series is a set of observations taken at specified टाइम इंटरवल. आगे मैंने बोला कि टाइम इंटरवल ईयर में, मंथ में, वीक में, किसी भी इंटरवल में हो सकता है. द टाइम सीरीज इज यूजफुल टू आइडेंटिफाई द वेरियस फैक्टर अफेक्टिंग ऑन द वेरिएबल ऑफ टाइम सीरीज. सेकेंडली, टू segregate these factors. Third, to know the past situation. Fourth, to estimate the value of variable in future. Next, to take proper decision for government. And lastly, to compare the variation in different places. These are the uses of time series which were written here. Now, the components of time series. There are 4 components of time series. First one is a long-term component. Second one is a seasonal component. Third one is a cyclical component. And fourth one is a random or irregular component. We will discuss first of all the long-term component, which we know as a trend. The variation seen in the variable of the series over a very long period of the time, this is long-term component. The overall changes in the variable of the series are considered here. Long time is a completely relative term which can be different for different variable. So कुछ variable में ये long term 10 to 20 years हो सकती है, कुछ में ये long term 5 to 10 years भी हो सकती है. तो ये जो वेरिएबल है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड्स रहता है. द ट्रेंड इज एग्रीकल्चरल यार्ड और इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन दैट रिक्वायर्ड एन इंटरवल ऑफ 10 to 15 ईयर्स. तो एग्रीकल्चर यार्ड या एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट का जो ट्रेंड है वो 10 to 15 ईयर्स के इंटरवल में ही मेज़र करना होता है. द सेल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गुड्स, फैशन आइटम etc. required 4 to 5 year interval. We denote this component as capital TI. So long term component or trade will be denoted by capital TI in time series YI. Time series we will denote as a YI. Now the second component of time series is a seasonal component. The variation occurring in the time series variable almost regularly over a very short period of time. Suppose for summer, for winter, or for monsoon season, like this, which is useful less than 1 year. These all seasons are less than 1 year timing. This component affects the time series as follows. Two effects are there: effect of natural factor and effect of man-made factor. Now we denote this component as a ST. Seasonal means S. So ST, we will write symbol ST in the time series YI. Third component is a cyclical component. The variations occurring in the time series variable at regular interval of the more than 1 year, this is cyclical component. One thing I also want to say you in seasonal components, suppose the sale of raincoat, sale of umbrella, this is seasonal component. Or third component about the period of oscillation of this variation can be 2 to 10 years. It can be 10 to 15 years also in specific circumstances. This component will be denoted by CT. C means cyclical. So that is C. Fourth component is random or irregular component. The variation which cannot be attributed to any above component, means above means long term, seasonal और cyclical, इसमें नहीं आता है ऐसा component, this will known as a random or irregular component. This component will be denoted by RT. Random means RT. So the time series YT can be expressed, YT is equal to TT plus ST plus CT plus RT, that is long term component plus seasonal component plus cyclical component plus random component. This is the time series. Now how to determine the time series or method of determining trend. Method of determining trend: graphical method, least square method, and moving average method. These are the three methods of determining trend. Now graphical method, the points are plotted on the graph paper by taking independent variable time, that is t, on x-axis and dependent variable yt on y-axis. So points are joined in their order by line segment. A smooth curve or line, either curve or line, is drawn through the middle of the point by personal judgment, which show the trend. Now this method is easy to understand and use. There is no calculation, mathematical calculation required in this method. Third, also this is useful when trend is not linear, means trend is curve, then also this method is useful. Now the demerit of this method is this, that different people draw different curve or line, and secondly estimation is not accurate in this method. So this is a graphical method. We will see the sum of graphical method now.